Here we are at the nWoFL 2011-2012 Draft Lottery, brought to you by Ciroc Red Berry. All right, so we're going to pick the draft order now. We did the divisions, now we're picking the draft order 1 to 16. Starting at 16, the first name out is not number 1, that's number 16. It's more suspenseful that way. Everybody knows that's how a draft lottery works, right, Mike?
Yes.
Okay.
Now I know.
All right.
Here we are, same people. Let's jump right in. Go ahead, Mike. First one out of the titties, please.
Shake them up real nice. All right, that's good enough, I think.
And picking last, but then first in the second round, so, you know, not terrible, is...
Wow.
the mismanagement, yours truly.
Brad with the 16th pick.
And it's funny, I actually picked first in 2009, and I was just talking about how I hate picking back-to-back, so this kind of sucks, but that's okay.
Bradley.
Where'd you pick last year, Brad?
Last year, I picked 9th last year, so I was right in the middle. So I went from first to the middle to last. Kind of like how my record's been doing lately. But that's okay.
Not such a great draft you had last year. We went over his draft earlier, and his 2010 draft was deplorable, to say the least.
I did draft Beanie Wells in the 3rd round, and a lot of other terrible draft picks. But that's
For instance,
all right.
Michael Bush.
I did draft Michael Bush, yeah.
Anyway.
Beanie Wells in the 2nd round, right? Michael Bush in the 3rd round.
Second ball up, and the 15th pick.
15th pick belongs to...
Wow.
It's on like Domicon.
on like Indomicon.
What can I say?
The commissioner picking 15th.
The governing body sitting at the end of the draft.
You know what? That's okay. I like picking behind Paul because he makes terrible draft picks also.
Wow, what are you talking about? Last year, I picked 3rd, and I had Adrian Peterson fall to me, who was actually the 2nd-ranked player, because MJ deferred.
And took Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers with the 2nd pick.
So basically, Paul wants credit for taking Adrian Peterson at number 3. Great pick, Paul. Boy, I don't know how you managed to pull that one. Okay.
My draft strategy was impeccable.
Get lucky. Get lucky. That's your draft strategy. All right, here we go. Out of the titties, number 14.
R.I.P. Matt Leinart.
R.I.P. Matt Leinart, newcomer Chris Jules. Obviously never picked in the league before, but he'll be picking 14th.
Claims to have extensive fantasy experience, so we'll see where that lies in the nWoFL.
All right, then. Here we go. Number 13, to round out the bottom quarter of our draft.
Scallywags.
Scallywags.
MJ with the 13th pick.
MJ with the 13th pick.
Last year, he drafted number 2, and he took Aaron Rodgers, the first quarterback taken. Kind of a surprising pick. And,
Very interesting.
We'll see what his strategy is this year.
Well, I don't think Aaron Rodgers will be available.
No, probably not.
So we're going to have to go with another strategy, MJ. Okay. I'm thinking at 16, I might get Brandon Jacobs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll wait till 17.
No stranger to Brad's
No Michael
team.
Bush.
Oh, there he is.
BMF.
BMF Sean.
BMF.
Fun fact about Sean, he wears flip-flops year-round. Flip-flops with jeans, mostly.
Last year, he had the 16th pick, and he decided to take none other than Brett Favre.
Yeah.
The 16th pick.
He took the gunslinger.
That's right. Brett Favre went in the first round of a fantasy draft.
Sean is the only person in America to take Brett Favre in the first round of a fantasy draft.
That is correct.
Here we go.
Rub the titties for good luck.
Still brought to you by Ciroc Berry. And not the New York Giants, though, even though that hat's in the picture, too. Here we go. Number 11.
Raging hard on.
Raging hard
on. White Mike himself.
Last year, what did he pick, Brad?
White Mike picked 11th last year.
What do you know? He's picking
Interesting.
11th both years in a row.
And he picked 10th the year before, and now he's picking... You know, Mike has bad luck in the draft lottery. I think it's safe to say that. 10th, 11th, and 11th. Interesting.
Wow. Interesting name,
First round
too.
last year.
Right? Quite the interesting name. But like
I guess. I mean, you know, it's typical of Mike. I think that's actually a little low key for Mike.
All right.
All right then.
NY Jags.
New York Jags. That's Henri. Henri will be
First
picking
division
10th.
champ to go on the board. from
That's
last
correct.
year.
Henri picked second in 2009 and sixth in 2010. And now he's picking 10th in 2011. There's a little bit of symmetry in those numbers. You know, being a numbers guy.
Right.
2, 6, 10. You know.
Because Maurice Jones-Drew might not be there.
Ooh,
MJD.
yes. That's an interesting fact too.
Might
Henri
not
has
be
picked
there.
MJD, Maurice Jones-Drew, in both first rounds.
Well, if you ask this
Last
commissioner, I'm thinking he will be there, considering his downfall the last couple of years. He hasn't been playing as well. So, Henri, you're probably going to have your chance to take your number one player 3 years in a row.
Okay.
But only time will tell.
With the 9th pick,
It's DJ Lion Rock, bitch.
Another newcomer here picking at number 9, Bemi.
Mr. Ben.
Mr. Bemi. And that's going to round out the first half, the bottom half, I should say, of
Okay.
this year's draft class.
And last year, I think I messed up the camera at this point, so I'm not going to do anything. We're just going to keep it moving.
That's
Here we
right.
go, number 8.
Okay, number 8.
Oh, another division winner here. GOAT. Nando will be going at number 8. Nando picked 14th last year, so he's got to be a little happier with his draft position this year.
Second division champion up. Also our defending league champion.
Yep. It's messed up. You only put division champ on his post-it.
I didn't want to blow up his head too much.
Horny Goat Weed.
All right, and our last newcomer's up here at number 7. Harry. Horny Goat Weed.
Number 7.
Number 6.
And we'll go back in the city. Number 6, my personal favorite number. That's my lucky number. Let's see if the person who gets this pick is lucky.
The Big Tabowski.
Big Tabowski. Luke. Luke has picked at both ends of the draft. He picked last in 2009. And then he picked first in 2010. So we'll see if he can have any success and maybe actually hit that home run this year, picking more towards the middle of the draft. The Big Tabowski, a.k.a. Warning Track Power.
Wow. Wow. It's a good nickname. I like it. With the
And
fifth
picking
pick,
at 5 is
I
Tone.
need a win.
there it is, tight tone.
Tight tone.
Tight
We're
Tone.
going.
Tony, who picked 9th 2 years ago and then 15th last year. So he's at his best spot in the draft to get himself a premier player.
But please, Tony, do not pick up D'Angelo Williams this time.
Maybe picking 5th will have Tony not as tight as he is usually.
Ooh. And here we go.
It looks like these are the lottery picks here, folks.
Top 4.
Top 4, the lottery picks.
The Icebox.
The Icebox, Maggie,
Wow.
at number
First
4 here.
woman to be picked in the draft order, Maggie. And she picked where last year?
Oh, Maggie last year, she picked 8th.
She picked 8th last year.
She picked 8th last year. So she's got a nice position here, too. All right.
Maggie's
Statistically,
looking
the most
nice.
consistent
Maggie's
player.
looking nice.
So it looks like the people we have left here,
Or Judy. Mo Chetta.
Mo Cheddar Mikey, who was talking
No
a lot of
sign
shit
of Mo
about getting the
Cheddar
first
yet.
and
And
second
I
it
pick.
mean-
looks like Austin.
And Austin.
That's right.
All right,
Wow.
so that's our
boy.
lottery right
Two
here.
division champions. All right.
Mike
Top
can
three picks.
Mike can hardly contain his excitement right now.
He was hoping
Go,
for the
baby.
first pick, and
Somehow he's been like, he must have been sneaking a peek in there as he's filling one out.
Definitely not.
No, he's not looking. He's not looking, folks. He's really not.
oh, oh,
Oscar Squad.
And it's Oscar Squad. Now that's interesting. There's gonna be some controversy surrounding what just happened there.
What?
Mike actually selected 2 Post-its. They were stuck together.
Oh,
And
boy.
tossed one of them back in, totally arbitrary. You didn't look. There was nothing cheating about it,
No
but
cheating.
there's still going to be controversy surrounding that move.
I'm sure Oscar Squad 2.0 is going to have something to say about it.
Yes, and he's looking to follow up again. A good year from last year. He's picked in the middle of the last two drafts, 6 and 7. So him selecting third right now, a good draft pick for him. And we'll see who's getting the first pick and the chance to draft either Adrian Peterson or Arian Foster. This is the second pick right here. This person will have the second pick in the draft.
And it's going to be the Brady Bunch. It's
Judy.
Which means that the person doing the picking has somehow managed
Wow.
to get the number 1 pick.
Amazing. Didn't MJ get the second pick last year doing this
Yes,
too?
he did.
There's some
Unbelievable.
magic to picking
There
the
it
names.
is,
There
Mo
it is,
Cheddar.
Mo Cheddar,
Mo
picking
Cheddar.
first. Now,
Mo Cheddar. He
now,
got
Mike,
his wish. He's picking number 1.
would you like to, seeing as how you have the number 1 pick and you were
I have no
talking
comment
very
on
reckless
who- I
before.
have no comment on
We
who
don't
I'm
want to know
gonna
who you're going to pick. I just want you to tell me what you said before
It's
about
over,
what
guys.
happens.
It's over, guys. I'm telling you right now. I got the number 1 pick. Oh man, it's gonna be over. I'm sorry, guys.
You going to win the whole thing?
I might win the whole thing. I
Wow.
might win the whole thing.
Wow. Why
I'm
don't you
calling
just,
it right
I
now.
mean, you have the number 1 pick. Why not just tell us who you're going to take? So this way,
I got no comment. I don't want anybody to steal my pick.
You don't want to speculate?
I
don't
heard
speculate.
you were taking Akeem Nicks.
Oh no, that's not true.
Word on the street
That's
is you
not
might be
true.
taking...
And it's not Ahmad Bradshaw.
Adam Schefter just called me up and said you're going to be taking Ahmad Bradshaw.
No, it's
That
not
he
going to
was
be
a-
Ahmad Bradshaw. It's not going to be the big four.
Will it be Michael Vick?
It might be Michael Vick.
Wow.
Or one Arian
Wow, there it
Foster.
is. You heard it
Wow.
here first, ladies and gentlemen.
All right,
Who
so
knows?
anyway, with that
You don't
comment,
know.
Michael Vick, we're just going to recap real quick. Here we go. Number 1 is Mo Cheddar Mikey. 2, Jude, the Brady Bunch. 3 is Austin, Oscar Squad, Remix 2.0. 4 is Maggie, the Icebox. 5 is Tony, I Need a Win. I hope you change that, Tony, by the way. You need to change that name. 6 is the Big Tabowski, a.k.a. Warning Track Power, a.k.a. Luke. 7 is Horny Goatweed. That would be Harry, one of our newcomers. 8th is Goat, the 2010 league champ, not just division champ. Picking in the middle there. Number 9 is Bemmy. It's DJ Lion Rock, bitch. Is that an exclamation point after the H?
That is not. That's just a misprint.
Oh, okay. All right. Number 10 is NY Jags. That's Henri. Probably going to take Maurice Jones-Drew there.
He's going to have to refer to his fantasy manual this year
Right.
to see what the best pick would be according to Fantasy Football for Dummies.
By the way, Henri probably wrote the manual that he reads also, which is kind of funny. Number 11 is Raging Hard On. That's Mike, a.k.a. White Mike. I apologize. Number 12 is BMF. We all know that's Sean. 13 is Scallywags. That's MJ. 14, RIP Matt Leinart. That's Chris Jules. 15, it's On Like Indomicon, the Commissioner, Paul Rodriguez. And 16, picking last, yours truly, the Treasurer and Cameraman here, the Mismanagement, Brad. All right. Anything else to add?
Just going to say, hey, let's have a good year. You know your picks. So start studying now. If you got a mock draft now. I don't want to take up too much of your time, so get your money up. Let's go. Good year, guys.